Oversea Understone is a novel written by Susan Cooper. It's about three siblings, Simon, Jane, and Barney, and they go on a holiday with their parents and their very strange and mysterious great uncle Mary to Cornwall, England. They're staying in a small fishing village, and they rent a house from a fisherman who Uncle Mary knows, who's away for the season fishing. So one day, the kids are stuck in the house because it's raining, and to pass the time, they pretend that they're explorers exploring the rainforest, and natives are chasing them, so they need somewhere to hide. And that's when they realize that there's something weird about the dimensions of the house. The landing on the second floor does not go as far as the floor in the boys' bedroom. So the boys' bedroom is obviously bigger, and they realize that there must be a hidden room somewhere. And they do find a door behind the wardrobe in the boys' bedroom. So they move the wardrobe, and they discover a ladder leading up to a hidden attic. Why is the room hidden? Who felt the need to put such a large, heavy piece of furniture in front of the door to keep people out? So of course they go in. They climb the ladder, and it's obvious that no one has been in this room for years. There are boxes and papers, magazines, newspapers, and strange objects scattered all over the place, and everything is covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. And that's where they discover a manuscript. It's written in Latin, and it has what looks like a treasure map on it. Now, Simon has taken some Latin in school, but he can't really translate the manuscript. But Barney realizes that the names on the manuscript are referring to King Arthur and his knights. So the next day, while home alone, Jane is looking at the manuscript, and she's looking at a guidebook of the town, and she realizes that the map on the manuscript matches the map in the guidebook, except for one major difference: the coastline. The map in the guidebook was created by the local vicar. So Jane decides to go to the vicarage and see what she can find out. When she arrives, she discovers that the old vicar passed away years ago. The new vicar invites her in. He is strangely intrigued by the guidebook she is carrying. He'd heard that his predecessor had created a guidebook to the town, but he said that the copy had been completely untraceable. So the two speak about this book, but the vicar, in his strange fascination with the book, makes Jane very uneasy. He asks her a lot of very probing questions, and the vicar is also unnervingly interested in the fact that Jane's family is staying at the Grey House, and that this is where she found her guidebook. And he wants to know where she found a map that showed the coastline looking different. So Jane gets so weirded out by his questions that she leaves in a hurry. The next morning, Simon awakes, he goes downstairs, and he realizes that all of the maps which hung on the walls in Grey House have been stolen. The children realize that someone, or someones, are very interested in the map, and that they've broken into the house in search of it. So they decide it's time to talk to an adult, and they confide in their great Uncle Mary. And soon they find themselves embroiled in a quest to find a hidden artifact that the map leads to. And they're racing real, dangerous adult enemies who are followers of the dark and who seek the artifact for their own evil purposes. So the novel is a mystery with elements of fantasy, including the classic tale of good versus evil, light versus dark. It was originally written as a standalone novel, but 8 years after it was published, Susan Cooper followed it up with 4 sequels in the Dark is Rising series. So if you like the book, there's more that you can read.